Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another Liverpool related stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk Liverpool Football Club. We are here to talk Virgil van Dijk becoming captain, Romeo Lavia transfer, Fenway Sports Group, most importantly, and the rebuild that's happening this summer. There are so many different topics for us to discuss, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone watching us right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch this on the replay. Please do not forget to slap the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, like the video, subscribe. And you know how I get heated when speaking about certain topics, so I don't want to keep stopping mid-sentence to tell you to like and subscribe. So please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel. And big up to Joe for sending in super chats that I'm going to put up on the screen. So yeah, those are the topics today. FSG, Lavia, Van Dijk, the future, the rebuild. There's a whole lot for us to talk about. So ladies and gentlemen, it's August officially in the UK and over here where I'm streaming from. This is it. Premier League month. The Premier League is about to begin. It's no longer like a joking matter, you know. Football is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. And big up to Joe. And this is what I love about Joe and others that I'm about to mention now when we start with the FSG topic. FSG are using PR again with Mbappe loan crap to hide their poor window. Klopp has said repeatedly he needs players and FSG are playing games and he may say stick it. He get to a point of no return. And then he says Lavia is the perfect example that can't afford 50 million, use chump change, nickel and dime. This add-ons crap. FSG delusion. I think 2 million a week for Mbappe. Stupid loan crap. How blind are they? I love Joe's energy on those super chats and the stuff he's saying, and everyone's energy in the comments as well who are FSG out. And most of the people who watch this channel probably are FSG out. There are so many things for me to talk about, so many different topics to go into. But you know, the first two super chats Joe sent in is where I want to start this video, because I do want to start this video with Fenway Sports Group, because it's the head of the snake, because it's always going to be the entity that is responsible for where we're at right now. When I saw the Kylian Mbappe stuff, I laughed. I laughed out loud. Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe. On loan, on a transfer, whatever it is. I'm no longer smoking that copium, Joe, and everyone watching us, that's going to ever make me believe in a Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool transfer. Never believe it. I'll never believe it. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. It's August 1st. It's August 1st. The first Premier League game we play is in under 2 weeks from now. August 13th is our first Premier League game. That's it. Time's ticking. It's no longer like a, oh my God, I can't wait for the Premier League. No. Like the Premier League is actually almost here. And what I find absolutely crazy, and big up to Joe for the super chats. I'm going to address everything you said, Joe, and thanks so much for supporting the channel a lot across this entire month. And, you know, I love everyone in the comments, man. I love everyone in the comments. Big up to you, Joe, man. Thanks so much for your continuous support. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing now. Here's the question I want to ask everyone here. We all probably laughed our asses off reading that Mbappe news. Now, the question that I ask everyone, as Liverpool Football Club, the institution, should we laugh at Mbappe or should we have a dream? Should we think it's possible? Should we imagine a world in which Kylian Mbappe could be a Liverpool player? Ask yourself, why do we laugh? Why do Liverpool Football Club fans laugh when they're linked to Mbappe? We even laugh when we're linked to Guardiola, never mind Mbappe. We even laugh whenever we're linked to any player who costs more than 80 million, 90 million, 100 million. We just laugh because we know it's not going to happen. As the supporter of Liverpool Football Club, should you ever be in a place where you don't even imagine your club signing the best of the best. It can't even be an imagination. If I made a imaginary dream Liverpool 11, I won't even be able to put Mbappe. I won't even be able to put these players because I know it's not possible. But it's not possible because we don't have money. It's not possible because we don't have ambitious owners. The biggest thing that FSG have done is actually convince an entire fan base that Liverpool Football Club are broke. People are fully actually convinced of it. People genuinely believe the massive institution, the biggest club in England, is actually broke. Can you imagine? Imagine actually believing that Liverpool Football Club are actually broke. How do people actually fall for that? How? Do you actually sit there and genuinely believe it? Like deep inside you, do you believe that Liverpool have no money? The massive institution, Liverpool Football Club, got no money. Do you think that's a realistic world you live in? Or have you been convinced by the entirety of the FSG PR spin media? And I'm going to talk on a PR spin in a second. You know, the likes of myself and Kurdish and John O'Sullivan and, you know, Corbelirad, as he's known on Twitter, and multiple other people, we get ridiculed for our FSG outtakes. People call us negative for views, all of this. I ask you a very simple question. Who are the two biggest Liverpool channels? Name the two biggest Liverpool channels right now on YouTube. Aren't they both positive? Wouldn't it be better for me? Wouldn't it be better for me if I was actually positive? Because that means I would get Klopp exclusives. I'd get, you know, membership related stuff. I'd get interviews with journalists close to the club instead of the likes of James Pearce blocking me. It's actually factually better for me to be positive than to be negative. And let's talk about this FSG PR spin. Right on cue, right on schedule. Liverpool CEO Hogan says that FSG are looking for investment. Right on schedule. Right on schedule. Right on cue. How are we surprised anymore? The articles are written over and over and over, stating the same exact thing over and over and over, with the same exact headlines over and over and over. The reason why Liverpool Football Club didn't spend money this summer is because they've got a massive war chest that we're going to spend next summer. Next summer arrives and suddenly there is no war chest. There is no battle chest. It's in the words of Albert, is it even a skirmish chest, sorry. What chest levels are we talking about? What's inside this chest? It's the same stuff over and over and over and over. Come December time, FSG are seeking investment. Typical. Or when there's a little bit of media pressure, FSG seeking investment. When we don't spend money in the summer, Liverpool are looking to spend a whole lot of money next summer. Forget what Hussam says. Forget what anyone on this platform says. Paul Joyce, who is the de facto number one Liverpool journalist, the absolute number one, just 2 months ago, he was saying FSG are going to significantly back Jurgen Klopp this summer. Let's unpack that statement. Because in his statement, he included Jude Bellingham. And the consensus from the club was that Jude Bellingham is going to join Liverpool for £100 million. Now, this is not a conversation about Jude Bellingham. He's a Real Madrid player. But let's look beneath the surface. Jude Bellingham was supposed to cost £100 million. We were supposed to trigger the release clause of McAllister. That's already 135. And we were supposed to significantly back Klopp, which means we were significantly spending money. Where's that money? Where's that money gone? It's August 1st, and our defensive midfielder is an inverted right back in Trent Alexander-Arnold. Our DM, as of today, August 1st, 2023, with 13 days left until the Premier League begins, for us, of course, is Trent Alexander-Arnold. That is our current DM. I was one of the people last summer to call out Jurgen Klopp, and rightfully so, because I believe Jurgen Klopp was one of the culprits behind our summer last summer. And I believe there is a balance in life. Not everything is FSG's fault. You've got to blame the manager, you've got to blame the players, you've got to blame multiple different things. But let's look at this summer individually. Did Jurgen Klopp not want Jude Bellingham? Did Jurgen Klopp not want Nicolo Barella? Did Jurgen Klopp not want Moises Caicedo? Did Jurgen Klopp not want the upper echelon, top of the shelf, best of the best players available? Are you telling me if you called Jurgen Klopp right now and you told him Gvardiol to Liverpool, he's going to go like, nah, I'm good with Matip? Let's forget our opinions. Forget the fact that I'm FSG out or you're FSG nor out or whatever. Let's just speak pure logic. If you were to call Jurgen Klopp right now and go like, here's Gvardiol, do you think he would say no? Simple question. Do you think Jurgen Klopp would reject the idea of Gvardiol? Simple questions. Very simple question. Guys come out publicly and said he's a Liverpool fan. One of the most exciting defenders in world football. Champions League experience. Hell, we even have a good relationship with Leipzig. You really think Klopp would say no to Gvardiol signing for us? The question is, why don't we learn from clubs who do things smartly? Why? Why don't we learn from clubs who do things smartly? Real Madrid buys Camavinga and Chouameni while Modric and Kroos can play football. And then the summer after they buy Bellingham, they're letting them go step by step. They're not throwing them out the door. Or that infamous meme, I'm going to use them like a bar of soap until there's nothing left. That's not the case. They buy the player while the other player can still play football. Why don't we get Gvardiol in while Van Dijk is still very good at football? Why do we have to wait until Virgil van Dijk is on his last knee to find the Virgil van Dijk replacement? Why? What for? What is the reason? Where's the rebuild? Where's the rebuild? Wasn't this supposed to be a massive war chest rebuild summer? This was the case. Where is it? Where's the rebuild? Have you seen some of the ins and outs? There's been 50 million shaved off our wage bill. Henderson and Fabinho are gone. We've lost a total of 8 players. I'm not even going to mention them because my tweet earlier on triggered the people on Twitter. And you know, I have to say on Twitter, I love the sheepish mentality. One guy says, oh my God, we don't need to replace all the players, and 5 people just follow. As if I said we need to replace all the players. You think I'm sat here talking about replacing Reece Williams? Of course not. But that's not the point. And the point isn't even our starting 11. Let's look beyond the starting 11. Let's look at the bench. One of the reasons why we couldn't go all the way in the quadruple season. Remember the Champions League final? When Thiago and Fabinho had steroid injections in their knee to play a Champions League final? Remember? Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember this entire season? The question I have, and I'm not even going to say FSG, I'm not even going to say Klopp, I'm not going to say the players, in general, as an institution, as Liverpool FC, when are we going to start learning from our mistakes? At what point in time are we going to take a step back and go like, you know what? We've made this mistake before. Let's not make it again. Very simple question. Very simple question that should be very easy to answer. At what point in time are we going to take a step back and go like, yo, we've already done this mistake before. I don't want to do the same mistake again. Simple question. Nothing crazy. I'm not even shouting, I'm not even saying anything. At what point in time are you going to sit there and acknowledge what's happening at this football club? There are still people headed into the 2023-2024 season who are actually supportive of Fenway Sports Group. There are still people who are supportive of Fenway Sports Group even today. But that's not even the people that irritate me. Let me tell you the people that irritate me, because there is a type of person that irritates me even more, and I'm going to tell you about him. FSG-inners, you can't speak to them. They're just on a different stratosphere, smoking a whole lot of copium and stuff like that. That's fine. Be FSG, and that's your opinion. You know who pisses me off more? FSG outers who aren't even willing to put up a tweet, who laugh at the idea of a plain protest, who laugh at any sort of protest against FSG. Yeah, I'm FSG out, but this plain protest is embarrassing. So let me just sit here and criticize anyone who does anything against FSG. Click, tweet. Those are the people that get on my nerves most. I'm FSG out just as much as the next guy, but this FSG out hashtag is gonna do nothing. So let me just sit there and do absolutely nothing about it. A hashtag, changing someone's opinion, a plain, whatever it is. I will continue to speak up against these owners. I refuse to sit here and move like a sheep. Oh my God, they saved us. You know what's the worst thing to happen to this football club? I'm gonna tell you the worst thing that happened to this football club. The absolute worst thing that happened to this football club is Hicks and Gillett. And it's not because of their time at the football club only. It's because now they have set a precedence to what's good and what's not good. Let me make something clear. Any ownership that came in after Hicks and Gillett could have done the bare minimum and would have still been lauded by a lot of this fan base because of what Hicks and Gillett done. Because Hicks and Gillett were such bad owners, anyone that took after them and done the bare minimum would have still gotten, oh my God, they saved us. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. Ask yourself a simple question right now. Everyone in the comments, put your business hat on. I've got my Batman hat on, but put your business hat on. If you had 300 million or 400 million in 2010, would you have bought Liverpool Football Club? The answer to any logical human being answering the question should be yes. Simply. Very simple. Every single one of us right now, had we had 400, 300 million in 2010, we would also bought Liverpool Football Club. Because it's just the most basic, easy business decision. One of the biggest clubs on earth, major institute in the world of sports, never mind just football, was available for 300 million. Of course you'd buy. Of course. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. 300 million to buy Liverpool Football Club? Of course you would have done that. Because 5, 6, 7, 8 years, that club is going to be worth minimum times 5 of what I first bought it for. Easy. Easiest investment ever. And because I had Hicks and Gillett before me, all I've got to do is the bare minimum. And everyone's going to sit up here and clap for me. They all tell us we're FSG out, but they're the first people to mock me or mock anyone speaking out against FSG or mock Corby Lirad or use him as a meme when all the guy's doing is exactly what's written in his bio. Decoding FSG spin. Is it not a lie? Is it not the truth? Fenway Sports Group have no ambition whatsoever. It's never about the money. It's never been about the money. It's about the ambition. It's about the willingness to win. And I must say the final point before I read the super chats and move on to the next topic. There is a genuine thought process in people's head that people like myself and others want to cripple the club. And you guys want £100 million signings, and you guys want to ruin the football club. Blah, blah, blah. Chelsea just signed a defender for 27 million, the other guy for 40. And I've said it repeatedly, time and time and time again. If you want to do Moneyball, do it all the way. Buy a midfielder the summer before, and a centre back the summer before, and a winger the summer after. Do Moneyball, but do Moneyball correctly. Do Moneyball correctly. If you want to do Moneyball all the way. Buy me the 30 million, the 40 million pound signings. No one's asking for 100 million pound signings. No one's asking that. Get me the 30 million signing, the 40 million pound signing. That's going to take us to the promised land. See, even the light turned off. My speech is so good, even the light turned off. But unlike FSG, I've got a plan B. Spare light. Hey. You want to do Moneyball? Do Moneyball correctly. Where's your planning? Where's your planning for the future? Where? Where is it? Shouldn't the right wing replacement for Salah be here already? Some random 18, 19, 20-year-old that none of us have ever heard of. Bring him in. Shouldn't the centre back be there next to Virgil van Dijk already? Simple decisions that anyone in this comment section could make. But we're ambitious. They're not. That's the biggest difference between us. Anyway, there's 400 people watching us right now. There's still a lot for us to discuss. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. Big up to Joe, Red Lion of Teranga. Big up to Asim. Big up to Diogo and Selection for the super chats. Big up to every single person who sends in a super chat. All the people have shown us all the love and support. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Let me run through the super chats before we carry on. Imagine this. We sign Kimmich, Lavia, and Gvardiol, and then we wake up. John W. Henry will have a stroke if we do this. Lavia happens, but can't trust FSG to do more. You know, Red Lion of Teranga, why that is such an unbelievable super chat? Because of the message inside the super chat. The message inside of the super chat. Imagine currently, we've got Lavia, we've got Kimmich and Gvardiol. Do you understand how excited every single one of us would be? I'd go on every single channel and tell them we're going to win the league. I'd go on Battle of the North that I was on earlier today and say we're going to win the league. I'd go on multiple different platforms. I'd go everywhere and start talking about league titles. And we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Why? Because it's Kimmich, because it's Lavia, because it's Gvardiol. Any massive institution should be able to have this summer. It's not that deep. Use Chelsea as an example. Fofana got injured, Colwell extension, sign 2 centre backs. Boom. Life is easy. Life is easy. Football transfers really aren't as difficult as people try to convince you that they are. You agree personal terms with the guy, you pay up the money, you get the player. Look at Szoboszlai. We got Szoboszlai done in a day. You know why? Because 90% of footballers in Europe would love to play for Liverpool Football Club. Hey, come play next to Van Dijk, play next to Mo Salah, play next to Trent, play next to Alisson, play next to Thiago, play under Jurgen Klopp. Everyone's saying yes to that. I'm going to make a crazy statement, but I want everyone to deep it just for 5 minutes, for 5 seconds, just deep it. If Jurgen Klopp called Martinelli privately, do you think Martinelli would turn down playing for Liverpool Football Club? Absolutely not. But we can't afford them because he's out our price range. Why? Because we live our life as cheapskates. There's a documentary show about cheapskates. I can't lie. FSG need to be on there. Big up to Asim, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat, Habibi. This is a guy I'm going to get on the channel soon as well. Born and Red. Make sure to go subscribe to their channel. Great bunch of guys over there. I actually need to get Asim on as well. I told him, I actually DM'd him on WhatsApp. I'm like, bro, this is a long overdue collaboration that I need to do. So big up to you, Asim. Thank you so much. Big up to the Go, my brother, who's making a return to the ring. He says, it still boggles my mind that FSG has fans. 100%. It boggles my mind too. I do not see how in 2023, 2024, any person can sit back and go like, FSG are good, ambitious owners that can take us to the promised land. I just don't see it. Big up to you, Diogo. Thank you so much, Habibi, and welcome back. We can all agree. This summer, minus top Reds, of course, they can never agree on anything. Ain't on Klopp. FSG are known liars, turning us into next summer FC. I was one of the people who criticized Jurgen Klopp so much last summer, and I stick by my criticism because I think he was one of the main reasons as to why we didn't sign as much players. And I even upset some of the bottom Reds because they didn't want me to criticize Klopp at all. And I was like, no, I see there is a problem with Klopp, 100%. That's why he was too sentimental. He didn't get the players needed, blah, 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 blah. This summer, it's 180 degrees opposite. Klopp told me he wants Jude. Klopp told me he wants, but when I say told me, I mean us, like as in fans. Barella, Caicedo, Gvardio. Once again, Red Lion of Teranga. First of all, thank you for the super chat and thank you for the support on the channel. Second of all, I ask you all a very simple question. If John W. Henry calls Jurgen Klopp tomorrow and is like, I am going to get you Gvardiol, do you think Jurgen Klopp would say no to Josko Gvardiol? Just ask yourself a very basic, simple question. Of course he won't say no to Gvardiol. Of course he wouldn't. Do we need a centre back? Yes. Make it make sense. Big up to you, Red Line of Teranga. And of course, selection is about to be edgy. I could tell before even reading it. Jude rejected us. Barella doesn't want to leave. Reports suggest another midfielder and centre back will come in. Klopp will spend about 200 million this summer. Only a fool would spend half the budget, 100 million, on Gvardiol. My question to you is as follows. Why is the rebuild budget 200 million to begin with? Why? Why is our rebuild budget 200 million to begin with? When's the last time we spent big money? This is not the number I'd use, but I just wanted to put it into perspective to everyone. Guys, listen to the number I'm about to say and listen to the statement very carefully. Liverpool Football Club could spend 600 million without breaking FFP rules. Let me say it again for the people at the back. Liverpool Football Club could spend 600 million without breaking FFP rules. 200 million was never enough to rebuild an entire squad. Because the average player would cost 50 million. The average. You know, McAllister 40, Soboslai 60. Let's take the average, 50 million. 200 million gets you 4 players. Was 4 players ever enough for a rebuild this summer? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. 4 players were never going to be enough. Never going to be enough. And that's even shopping in the cheapskate market. That's even shopping in the cheapskate market. 50 million? That's the cheapest you could get a player. And you know, I'm not even saying every single one of the signings should be a marquee signing. Because that would be dumb selection, not my question. It would be dumb if I said, go spend 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, 100 million on 4 players. That's wrong. I get that. I shake your hand. I say you're right. But can we get one marquee? Is it too much for me to expect Bastoni, for example, for 90 and then the rest Moneyball signings? What a war chest, man. Unbelievable war chest. Big up to you, selection. Big up to Red Line of Teranga says we're the worst we're the worst club when it comes to planning. I can't lie, there are probably worse clubs than us when it comes to planning. But our planning ain't really the best. Our future planning, us looking at the world after Van Dijk, the world after Alisson, the world after Salah, the world after Thiago. We don't do that enough, Red Lion of Teranga. Thank you so much for the super chat. Big up to Aditya, who just sends in an empty super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. I appreciate the love. Big up to Diogo, who says, I saw the movie Spikes on the Road FC in 2022, 2023. Diogo, you were outside. You heard everything I said. You heard how much I criticized Jurgen Klopp. You heard how many realistic conversations we had. But there comes a point in time where you look at what's going on at your football club and you go like, okay, I realize why Jurgen Klopp is no longer at any fault for this entire situation. He would say yes to Guardiola tomorrow. He would say yes to Bastoni tomorrow. He'd say yes to some of these best players tomorrow because it was well documented. He wants them. He wanted Jude. He wanted Barella. He wanted Caicedo. He wouldn't say no to Guardiola. So why should we settle for less? Big up to Alternative FM, who says the need for a DM, a center back, right back, striker is essential. I don't think a need for a striker is essential. See, this is where I'm being fair and balanced. I think our forward line depth is good. No problem. Here's my problem, FM. God forbid one of Szoboszlai or McAllister gets injured. Then what? Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Bobby Clark, McConnell. لفي بينا يا دنيا دورينا يا دنيا. Round and round we go. Big up to you, FM Habibi. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Aditya, who says midfield never had the caliber of these signings we've made. Now we have Lavia, McAllister, and Szoboszlai have the potential to be the most feared comp. And I agree with you, Aditya. My point is, it's not enough. It is not enough. We need minimum one more midfielder at the least, because we've got no backup DM. We cannot go into a season expecting Lavia to do the DM job for them all. Because you know what I'll say? You know what? Szoboszlai, McAllister gets injured. Thiago and Curtis Jones, fair enough. Whatever. But when you start talking about DM, our back DM for Romeo Lavia is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent is the backup DM to Lavia. And you know the thing is, Aditya, I agree with what you're saying. I love the signing of McAllister. I love the signing of Szoboszlai. I love the signing of Lavia. But at the same time, we can't live in a utopia where no one gets injured. We can't live in a utopia where there's no injuries. Injuries will occur. So you need to be prepared. Simple as that. Big up to you, Aditya. Thank you for the super chat and the support, my brother. I appreciate you. Selections back, he says, FSG have spent 400 million plus in the last 4 windows. Klopp focused on attackers. What do you mean? Why is the budget the budget? Lol, it's a business, bro, lol. But that's the problem to begin with. I don't want my owners to treat my football club as a business. I want them to treat it as a football club because sports is not a business. You can tell me, oh, from their perspective, I don't give a F about their perspective. I don't care about their perspective. F their perspective. Screw their perspective. From their perspective, it's a business. Why should I live by their perspective? From my perspective, it's my football club. I've loved and I've supported 20 years of supporting this football club. Inshallah, we'll be here when FSG sell. We were here before FSG. We were here during FSG. From their perspective, business, blah, blah, blah. I don't want them to treat us like a business. In sports, thank you, Diogo, winning should be the ultimate goal of sports. In sports, winning should be the ultimate goal. All this business. Should I support Liverpool Business FC? Or am I supporting a Liverpool Football Club? And second of all, if you want to do a rebuild selection, first of all, that 400 million, talk to me about net spend, because we actually have the 10th lowest net spend in the entire Premier League, and we actually have lower net spend than certain championship clubs. That's number one. Number two, if FSG want to run the club seriously and have ambitions to win, they wouldn't allow Klopp to make these decisions to begin with. They would get a sporting director in place and go like, the floor is yours. Make your decisions. Simple as. You always have to look at the head of the snake. Anyway, big up to everyone who's watching us. There's 450 people watching us right now. We're going to address the rebuild a little bit more, and then we're going to touch on Lavia. We're going to touch on the centre-back situation, Virgil Van Dijk being our new captain. Big up to every single one of you guys joining us right now. Thank you guys so much. Even at this time of the night, there's 450 people here. I love you all. Slap the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to FM, Aditya, Selection, Diogo, Asim, Red Lion of Teranga, and Joe for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. And thank you so much to CW. Fans need to understand that football clubs are not businesses the same way a supermarket is. It's a silly comparison. Thank you. Thank you. The business argument is so flawed. Liverpool Football Club is not Tesco. Liverpool Football Club is Liverpool Football Club. Sports, winning. Anyway, make sure you're slapping the likes right now. Make sure you're subscribing. And here's the thing. People always ask me oh, here we go. Selection. You are a supporter of Liverpool Football Club. Why should you, as an individual, look at your football club as a business? Why? I don't look at Liverpool Football Club as a business. I don't look at Liverpool Football Club as a business. I look at Liverpool Football Club as the club that I love, that I want to win. I don't look at it as a business. I don't. Why should I? You want me to treat Liverpool as Tesco? I can't, because I don't love Tesco. I don't love the businesses, but I love this football club. The aim of elite sports is to win. This is the aim of elite sports. This is the aim of elite sports. This right here. Aim. Aim isn't a business. Because if I treat the football club like you want me to treat its Selection, I'd be happy with top 4 from now to the end of time. Essentially what Selection is saying, if we just finish 4th for the next 50 years, we should all be happy, because from a business perspective, we're qualifying for the Champions League. Big up to Nketiah's lawyer, who says, will Lavia alone be enough for pure DM option? He's still a raw talent. He could have benefited from having Fabinho in the squad. I tried saying, we should have kept Fabinho and signed Lavia alongside him. But once again, your negative for views, blah, blah, blah. The same typical BS replies. And Lavia alone is not enough, because there is no backup DM. There is no backup DM. There is none. That's the reality. Trent is not a DM. The Trent DM thing failed. It won't work. And even if it will work, it might work against Luton Town at home. It won't work against any serious football club. Even top 15, top 14, top 13 clubs, it won't work against them. I don't care what works against Luton Town at home. Anyway, before I carry on, because there's so many topics, you guys, 450 people here. I don't want to keep stopping the show to say it. Minimum 200 likes. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. Big up to everyone who we shouted out, and Nketiah's lawyer as well for the super chats. Like the video now. Subscribe to the channel, Habibis. Yalla, slap that like button. Subscribe. Share the video everywhere as well. Anyway, moving on to Romeo Lavia. Last time, we spoke on Romeo Lavia's qualities, his attributes, the things that he brings to the table. And I can't lie to you. When it comes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pranay, even though Pranay is a United, imagine go tell Salah, hey, you're playing for a business. Come on, man. Arsenal fans piping up after a few run of games. Preseason results don't matter. Remember when we lost all preseason games and won the league? So, that's the thing, Aditya. Thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. And Arsenal fans, if we get the summer right, I'm going to put everyone in their place. You best believe, on this YouTube thing. But thanks so much, Aditya. Anyway, Romeo Lavia got a lot of attributes that we need. Tenacity, duels, tackling, that defensive element is exactly what we need. And we're going to get it. Now, the one thing, what I do not like is as follows. I don't want us to, by the way, this is something Klopp himself said. He said, we recognize that we put too much strain on the number 6. What I do not want to happen, what I just can't stand happening, is for Liverpool Football Club to just put all the pressure of the defensive midfield position on Lavia's shoulders and go like, here you go, Lavia, defend. We can't. Look at what it done to Fabinho. That's why this is why I need a DM. That's why we need another DM. And there are so many, for the 100th time, We don't want you to go buy Chouameni for 100 million. Go buy me some 30 million, 40 million, Edson Alvarez, Amrabat, whatever. Just get me a body in there. Get me. That's my point, Bazani. That's my point, my brother. That is my point. I cannot play Lavia, Premier League, Europa League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and go like, just play football. Come on, man. Like, you've got to give the guy backup. You've got to give the guy a game off every now and then. You've got to give the guy a game off. That's the thing. Like, I don't want us to see all these injuries again, man. And by the way, for all the people who are talking about, like, you know, the utopia world in which there are no injuries, look at Stefan Bajcetic. We are the reason. We are the reason that Bajcetic is injured. Bajcetic is a very good player. When he came on, I was very exciting. I was very excited, sorry. And he was very exciting as a football player. But we ran the guy into the ground because we played him game after game after game after game. We played him so many games, my God. So many games we played Stefan. I actually feel bad for Bajcetic. And here's the thing. Let me tell you why the Bajcetic thing is the risk. Not because of his quality. I think he's a very good player. My issue with Bajcetic is, if we are the reason why this guy gets 2 or 3 injuries by the time he's 23, 24, it's bad. It's not good for us. It's not good for us at all, because we're actually putting the guy's career at a risk. It's not good when you give a young player like that so many injuries at the start of his career. So that's the thing with Bajcetic. I love Bajcetic. I don't want anyone to understand this like, oh my God, this guy's not backing the youth. No, of course I am. I think Bajcetic is fantastic. Fantastic. Phenomenal player. But I just don't want us to run him into the ground. So I want to ease him into the first team. Give him the actual good opportunity step by step. That's the thing. That's the thing. Step by step. I spoke to John just now. He said, stop your rubbish propaganda against his name or else he's dosing you. Hey, hey, if you spoke to John W. Henry, tell him to go buy some players. And tell John Henry, come send me a record super chat on YouTube. Bill, stingy ass billionaire. Big up to you, man. Selection. Thank you for the super chat. Here's the thing. So with Lavia, I just want him to get some help. I don't think that's much to ask for. I think it's very reasonable for me. Wallah, it's reasonable for me to go like, I just need Lavia to not need to play 60 games a season. Like, I think it's very logical for me to ask for that. So exactly, he's only 18 with Bajcetic and Lavia is only 19. So I am trying to see all of that. So yeah. And exactly, BW. Exactly, 100%. If you're first, you're first. If you're second, you're nothing. That's what Liverpool Football Club were built on. And go back to the 80s and the 70s, late 70s, where Liverpool was so successful. We were also the highest spenders. Kenny Dalglish was a record transfer. There are so many. Our best ever player was a record transfer. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, it's just so silly, bro. It's just so silly. You know, if I'm in FSG's place and I want to sell anyway at some point in time in the future to buy an NBA club, I just call Sheikh Jassim and the Qatar government and I go like, the Glazers are annoying you. Come buy us for 5 million, just 5 billion, sorry. Come buy us and you can take control. Imagine we had Qatar, how much money we'd spend. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. There are so many football players, you guys, who we attract and would love to play for us, but we just can't afford because of the way we're run, not because we're actually broke. So, Lavia, third bid, apparently, according to reports, it came out today. You know that there's a third bid going on for Lavia. لما قلت هو صح ايش؟ with Romeo Lavia, apparently there's a third bid going on, which I think, eventually he becomes a Liverpool player. I'm not really worried about the Lavia situation. I think eventually he will become a Liverpool player. So that's something that's good. But I don't think that's enough. I have a fear, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a fear based on what Liverpool Football Club has been doing in previous transfer markets and all of that, is that after we sign Lavia, we go like, Liverpool Football Club are looking to promote Kwanzaa from the academy to play a first team role, and this is it. These are the only transfers we're gonna make. I really have that fear, you know, and you can't blame me for having that fear because that's kind of what Liverpool Football Club have been on. So the last thing I need is like, hey guys, Kwanzaa is the center back that cost 50 million in the transfer window, and we have him in the academy. That's the last thing I need, man, because I know what they're on. I know exactly what they're on, man. I know exactly what they're on. And some guy's gonna come up with a tweet, you know? Some guy's gonna come up with a tweet. If we signed Kwanzaa, from Germany for 40 million, all of you guys would be hyping him up. But because he's from the academy, no one says anything. Like, it's just such a typical thing, man. We need to actually stop putting this much pressure on youngsters because Kwanzaa is going to make mistakes. All of them are going to make mistakes. They're youngsters. So it's normal for them to make mistakes. So I don't want to go into the season expecting them to just ruin the league and do so unbelievable, blah, blah. Like, bro, when a youngster is Trent level, it's different. But we don't have a youngster that's Trent level currently. Trent is like, you watch him one time, you're like, damn. And you're like, this guy's unreal. And khalas, you keep it stepping. You're like, this is a thing. This is someone I could use. You know? So this is the thing. So for me, I think even if we get Lavia, it's still not enough. I think after Lavia, we need one more DM and a center back. And here's the thing, Joe. You wanna hear? I'm even gonna make their life easier. I don't even think we need to replace all 8 players, Joe. I don't even want us to replace all 8 players, Joe. You know what I want? I want another DM after Lavia and a center back. Is that too much to ask for? You see how realistic I'm being? Because so many people accuse me of being unrealistic. You see how realistic I'm being. After Lavia, get me one DM, one center back. That's all I asked for. I have a dream that we actually go into a season prepared for the first time like ever. Because even you go look back at 1920, we didn't get injuries at all that year. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. See, thank you. See, even Pranay is saying it from the outside looking in. At least half. Exactly. Alan's saying that's a minimum. Yeah, but that's my point, my bro. That's my point. I'm not even asking for anything crazy. I'm not saying sell 8, buy 8. I'm saying at least 4. 4 midfielders and a centre back. Why are we not going all out for Guardiola? Because our owners are cheapskates. Why the hell else? So yeah, see, I'm being realistic. Go get me Edson Alvarez and go get me a centre back. And that's it. After that, we're good to go into the season. You know, I'm not even going to ask for anything more before people start crying. Unpopular opinion, Darwin has been more clinical than Jota this preseason. That's not an unpopular opinion. Darwin's probably been our best forward in preseason. But here's the thing, BIG. We cannot fall into the mistake of once again overhyping preseason. Preseason is preseason for a reason. It's in the name. The hint is in the name. Preseason. What matters is what he does in the season, not in preseason. And I want nothing more. And I want nothing more than Darwin Nunez to score 40 goals and prove myself and all his doubters wrong. That's the thing I want the most. Big up to you, BIG. We spent 85 minus the money for Hendo and Fabinho. A joke, 100%. And this is the rebuild, the big rebuild that we're talking about. The big rebuild, you know, the big rebuild that we're talking about. Massive rebuild, my ass. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. Big up to you. Big up to Joe, who says, that's the whole point. We need 8 more players to replace the players that have left on loan or not wanted, and put pressure on the kids will cause major problems and long-term injuries. But here's the thing, Joe. Hear me out. I'm saying, I'm not even telling you I want 8. I'm telling you I want 4. After Lavia, just get me a DM and a center back. And that's it. That is all. That is all. I'm being so realistic, Joe. Joe, I'm saying let's take down the standard even a further step. Don't replace 8 with 8. It's okay. I don't want you to replace 8 with 8. Okay? At least get me another DM and a center back. That is all I want. That is it. One more DM after Lavia and one center back. I don't think that's much to ask for at all. At all, I don't think that's much to ask for. I think that is so realistic, Joe, that any even half ambitious ownership could get a DM and could get a center back. It's not even that crazy. I'm not even asking for any wild stuff, my people. All I'm asking for after Lavia is another DM and a center back. That is all. I don't even want to buy 8, Joe. I don't even want 8. But can they even do the bare minimum? Can they even do the bare minimum? Thank you, Diogo. That's my point. I'm putting such low expectation. I'm not even saying anything wild. I'm saying one more DM and one more center back after Lavia. That's it. Anyway, big up to everyone watching us right now. Please do make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing. Big up to Chris, BIG, Inketia, FM, Aditya, Selection, Diogo, Asim, Red Line of Teranga, and of course, Joe Cavalier for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Now, here's the thing. There's one final topic I want to touch on before we wrap up, because I don't want to keep you guys awake real late at night, angry about FSG. Virgil van Dijk being the captain. I stick by what I said when Henderson was up for sale. I don't think this group of players are lacking in leadership in any way, shape, or form. I don't really think, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it would have mattered who became captain, because these group of people are unbelievable as leaders, either in their own national teams or as you can see them on the pitch, or they're quite vocal. Like, you can tell these players are actually leaders. So for me, Virgil van Dijk being the leader and Trent being the vice captain is not something that I'm going to sit up here and argue about. Me personally, I would have made Trent Alexander-Arnold the captain. That's what I personally would have done. So because I would have made Trent Alexander-Arnold the captain. I'm not gonna sit up here and go like, oh my god, we should have made Trent captain. It's not like a rant thing. I think we have enough leadership all around. And listen, they want to make Virgil the captain. No problem with that whatsoever. Virgil van Dijk, that's my captain. Wish him good luck. Captain Virgil, put the crown on his head. I think he's the third non-British Liverpool captain. Of course, after Whelan, after Sami Hyypiä, and now third guy is Virgil van Dijk. So it's been I think he's only the third non-British Liverpool captain. So good luck to him. We've got so many leaders, man. Alisson's a leader, Van Dijk's a leader, Robertson's a leader, Trent's a leader, Thiago's a leader. Salah's a leader. So many leaders in this team. We don't really need anyone with a title for it, if you would like. So we've got so many leaders in this team. And we wish Virgil the best of luck in his new journey as Liverpool captain. And I hope he plays unbelievably well. And I hope he puts any doubter wrong. I'm one of the people who still believes in Virgil van Dijk. I'm not one of these guys who are like, oh my God, Virgil van Dijk is finished. No, Virgil van Dijk is still an unbelievable defender. And I've always said 80% Van Dijk is better than 90% of the defenders in this league. So good luck to him. Big up to Virgil van Dijk. And we wish him a very successful journey as Liverpool captain. Hopefully we win it all again, but this time without having to wait for 6 years. Selection says Robertson should have got the vice captain over Trent. I'll be real. I'm going to be honest with you, Selection. You know how, like, when you go to work, there are just like certain titles that don't really mean much. Like, I think Robertson is quite vocal in the dressing room anyway. He's quite vocal. You see him in the videos. He's always talking to the players, talking to each other, stuff like that. So I really don't think who the vice captain is really matters like that. I think we've got 6, 7, 8 leaders in the team, and that's a good thing for our football club, specifically given the fact that Szoboszlai is coming in, McAllister's coming in, Lavia is coming in. This summer, and let me just end on this point before we wrap up. By the way, guys, make sure you're liking, as I said, make sure you're subscribing. Follow me on Twitter as well. The link is in the description. Just hit the link, hit follow. Let me just say, I want to say one thing to just wrap up real quick. Why am I getting it? Oh, shut up. Anyway, let me just say one quick thing. This summer is a gray area summer. What I mean by gray area summer, this summer could lead us to a place where all of us are excited about next season, or all of us are depressed about next season. We're kind of in that gray area where we're like, oh my God, are Liverpool Football Club going to excite us for next season? Are they going to make us happy? Are they going to make us angry? Are they going to annoy us? That's the question we all should be are asking currently, because we're like, are we actually going to get everything we are meant to get? And I think if Liverpool Football Club get this summer correctly. I believe we could challenge for the title. I could believe, hell, we could even win the title. That's why I'm saying this summer is unbelievably important. This summer is so important, and I've labeled it already as the most important summer transfer window in Liverpool, in modern Liverpool Football Club's history, and I stick by it because it is a crossroads. Do we go and go back to being a team that challenges and wins stuff, or do we end up being a top 4 team? We will find out in the next episode. Before I end, I generally want to say something like from the bottom of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, July was a record-breaking month. It was an absolutely unbelievable month on this channel. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single one of you, because you guys are absolute icons. You guys are absolutely unbelievable people. Thank you to everyone who just hit a like button. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to everyone who shared the videos. Thank you to everyone who sent in super chats. Thank you to everyone who has shown us all the love and support. You guys are elite. You guys are the community that makes the channel what it is, where I can go live at midnight on a Monday and still have 500 people watching me. This community right here, from all over the world, USA, UK, Australia, Africa, the Middle East, Pakistan, India, South America, all over the world. You know, I appreciate you all. And this month of July has been record breaking. And let me tell you guys something. Some of you guys are going to choose other channels. Some people might choose us. But this channel, inshallah, the plans that I've got for this season is going to take you on a magical ride throughout this whole season. Never ever have you bored, and have you so entertained for this whole year. We've got so much coming up your way, inshallah. We've got Il Ahwa Weekly. We've got so many different ideas coming your way. By the way, tomorrow at 10 p.m., we're running it back, inshallah. Lewis, Hamza, Staffy, and we'll try find an Arsenal fan because, you know, congratulations to Igal. We'll say it from this platform, you know, because his wife gave birth. So congratulations to them. We wish them a happy, healthy, and successful, you know, child. And thank you. This month has been record-breaking, guys, on this channel. And I love you all, man. I love you all. Thank you guys so much. Hoping for a Virgil shuffle, but it's hard to see that. I can't lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought about it today. I was like, how is he gonna do it? And I just clocked. Virgil is actually too tall for a shuffle. Virgil's like 6'4". Can he even shuffle like that? He might, like, you know, injure his spine if he shuffled too hard. So yeah, big up to you, Chris, man. Big up to everyone. Thank you guys so much. And no, but Joe, the point that I'm making is, even when you lower the standard, can they achieve even the lower standard? You know, because what I'm saying is, can you even pass grade 10 before I send you to grade 11? Like, all I'm saying is, can you pass grade 10 at least? That's all I'm saying. Big up to you, man. I love you all. August, here we come, and we're starting with a bang tomorrow, inshallah, at 10 p.m. UK time. Love you all, and we will see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace.